The Forbidden City, a comprehensive study on the subject of homosexuality in Iran, conducted by Kameel Ahmady and colleagues.
Introduction. There are many sexual orientations, but they are generally divided into four categories: homosexuality, bisexuality, heterosexuality, and asexuality. In Iran, there are three forces that dictate individual behavior: law, religion, and norms, all of which are against homosexuality and queerness. In recent decades, the discourse around gender and sexual orientation has largely shifted due to the emergence of queer theory.
This field research utilizing grounded theory was conducted in three major cities in Iran: Tehran, Isfahan, and Mashhad.
Data was gathered through semi-structured, in-depth interviews using purposeful sampling, collecting information about the approaches, beliefs, values, and behavioral patterns of participants. This includes over 400 personal narratives of prejudice and various forms of discrimination, dreams, and daily lives of homosexuals.
Definitions. Gender, sex, and sexual orientation are fluid concepts that are constantly changing. Sex refers to the psychological differences between male, female, and intersex bodies. Gender refers to the social role and position of an individual in society. Gender is one of the most important dimensions of human life that is influenced by biological, psychological, social, religious, etc. interactions. LGBT is a term referring to various gender spectra such as lesbian women, gay men, bisexuals, and transgender people. According to Iran's constitution, homosexuality is illegal and punishable by penalties ranging from 100 lashes to execution. Some heterosexuals believe that homosexuality is gender confusion and therefore a disease. The basis of such approaches is the belief that one is born transgender, but homosexuality is a choice. Many of the problems faced by queer groups in Iran are fundamentally legal and social in nature, with laws actively infringing on the rights of these individuals.
Background. Homosexuality has existed throughout history and been part of society, but the term homosexual emerged in 1869. Until then, homosexuality was not considered a distinct orientation. In the pre-modern ethical and legal system, sexual acts were often seen as a means of reproduction, and any sexual act that did not lead to reproduction was considered unethical. Many scientists believe that one's sexual orientation takes shape at a young age. Some researchers see the interaction between genetic, hormonal, developmental, social, and cultural influences as contributing to sexual orientation. In today's world, fear and prejudice threaten queer people, and society also endorses homophobia due to prevailing gender roles. The stark difference between cultures in dealing with this phenomenon depends on the openness of that culture in discussing this issue and how it functions. Nevertheless, a distinct pattern of change can also be seen that helps queer individuals live in peace.
You can see the conceptual grounded theory model based on examining the lived experience of sexual minorities in major Iranian cities, 2018 to 2019. Some research data. Charts showing distribution of sexual orientation of queer people, age distribution of queer people, and acceptance of sexual orientation of queer people in the three cities of Isfahan, Mashhad, and Tehran can be seen. The experience of violence and discrimination in the sample population in terms of religion is reported as 80% for Isfahan, 66.6% for Mashhad, and 17% for Tehran. Consequences: strict reactions from religious families towards queer children, disinheritance and forced medical treatments to make the queer individual conform to prevailing norms, homophobia and stigma in religious communities, inciting violence and discrimination. Religion is an important factor against social acceptance of homosexuality and same-sex marriage. The image of life for queer individuals forced to hide their sexual identity, along with existing discrimination and intolerance, is bleak.
Solutions. Legitimizing the existence of sexual minorities and accepting individual differences and sexual fluidity. changing the current conditions for queer individuals and recognizing their civil rights. Abolishing laws that criminalize same-sex relations. Enlightenment regarding queerness in Iranian society. Social acceptance of sexual minorities. Supporting research in this area and providing appropriate solutions.
A free and complete version of this book is now available on Kameel Ahmady's personal website, kameelahmady.com, and platforms like Google Play, Google Books, and Amazon, accessible to all interested individuals.